What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the topics. I know it's a change of scenery, different lighting, and maybe a little darker, but you know what? Today, guys, gotta squeeze in some reviews. Wanted to squeeze in that Cabin in the Woods, freaking 2011 classic multiverse, freaking spectacular cube. You name it, this movie does it. Fucking top-notch horror. And I figured, you know what, guys? Why not get into it? I've been watching this movie back to back. Been enjoying this flick non-stop. I was one of those people that did see this movie when it came out in 2011, and to be honest, I didn't have any disagreements or any hate towards the film. I'm somebody who's stuck on, Michael Myers and getting into 80s slashers and things of that nature, guys. So, with Cabin in the Woods, let's just jump into it, guys. This movie right here has just fucking balls. Let me just go ahead and say that right off the bat. This movie right here is solid from top to bottom. We get a mixture of horror in this one right here, guys. We get a mixture of Friday the 13th, along with Evil Dead, along with a little bit of Wrong Turn. This movie right here is squeezing in a bunch of those multi-classics we all fell in love with and love about the horror genre, such as Friday the 13th. We get that forest nature going on, Cabin in the Woods with that Evil Dead nature, and then, demons and deadites per se popping up in this movie and whatnot. We'll get into the monsters eventually, guys, but let's go and jump into the movie. So first off, guys, I want to go and say that. So first of all, the movie is being remotely controlled with cameras, and these people are controlling these monsters. These friends are wanting to get together, and it's kind of like a Breakfast Club crew of people. We have, people like in the movie Breakfast Club where we have a stoner, we have a jock, a sports dude, we have a fucking, we have a virgin, we have one of the whores, we have, so all those things of that nature, guys, that plays a part into, what frat parties and high school things are about of that nature. So, let's go and jump into it, guys. So therefore, we got the characters, the whore, the jock, the nerd, the stoner, the virgin, and each character is their own persona. I love how this movie really breaks down the versatilities of all these characters. Each character is their own, but somehow they manage to really be friends. All these characters are friends. They're hanging out, going to a cabin. We get some great dialogue from these characters, guys. This movie right here is not so much on the horror side. We get a good mixture of comedy along with horror, great gore, and things of that nature, guys. So, we get the guy from Happy Gilmore. We get the dad from Step Brothers. So, we get that humor going on, guys, and it calls for a great movie, in my opinion. So far we got that going on, and the virgin and the stoner happen to be the main two people in the end. So, the rest of the characters are getting executed in crazy ways. And in the end, guys, we're stuck with the virgin character and then the stoner character, which is eventually revealed why in the end. The stoner was smoking some strong shit that kind of caused for him to not have some deficiencies with their systeming, programming going on. And the virgin is called to, calls for a last opponent, a last final person, which is the virgin. And so therefore we get her in the end. And also, guys, this movie ends off with not only a spectacular cube with, every monster imaginable. You name it, this movie does it. And that doesn't end off there, guys. We get an Armageddon ending. So, therefore, this movie, guys, not only has fucking balls and goes for it in the end, but it does not end happily. This movie right here just jumps to it, really, just like hardcore. We get this thing in the face of these elevators open, every monster imaginable coming after these people. But in the end, it's really saving the virgin and the stoner because the SWAT people were trying to kill them and things of that nature. So, guys, things were going wrong. The system was backfiring. The main controllers of the system. So all their monsters they had retained were, just getting, released and therefore killing everybody in the building. And then we had the last two survivors, the virgin and the stoner, hide out in this bulletproof room where all this chaos is going on around them, guys. And like I said, every creature imaginable, from damn near a snowman to a fucking demon to, snakes, spiders, clowns, everything, you name it. Awesome shit going on in the end. And, that's what I like to call, guys, a spectacular cube with all the multiverse of monsters going on. That is by far the best part of the movie, but do not let that fool you guys. The rest of the movie is still a ride. We get some, like I said, comedic stuff going on with great gore. The movie is good at giving us great character development. You know, we get this introduction of the characters, showing them about how they are and, you know, what their personality is like. And then we get them hanging out. I really get 2009 Friday the 13th vibes. You know, that 2009 remake version where everyone's going to a cabin, hanging out, partying in the cabin, and a lot of the characters seem really relatable, and I really get those vibes. I mean, this movie came out 2 years later, so the people could have got inspired. I mean, for hell, I mean, they really got inspired by Friday the 13th, but seems that they really took inspiration from the 2009 version in particular. And then we get, I would say they took the horror inspiration from Evil Dead, and they made it their own in the ending, with their own characters, their own spectacularness, all that creativeness going on, guys. Really calls for some fucking awesome shit, especially for the horror fans. I hear a lot of hate about this movie, but you know what? This movie is really for the horror fans. We get everything we want, and we get all the versatility in the end, so there's nothing to complain about for the hardcore fans. So, like I said, guys, great character development, maintaining their friendships. Really, you know, we get a Breakfast Club crew, but in an Evil Dead fashion, which is awesome. Taking a trip to uncharted territory. Everything is sci-fi-like. Everything is set up. They have traps. You know, from there's this one pit that's from a broken bridge to another where it's caged in with the invisible electronic caging. So birds are flying in, getting hit, dying. And eventually Chris Hemsworth's character has the most awesomest death with his character needing to ride across for help, but doesn't realize that there's an invisible cage, and he eventually drives into it not knowing, and his body's electrocuted. Crazy death. Eventually falls down to the pits of hell, and it's fucking crazy, guys. So Chris Hemsworth's death, by far the most unique in the movie, threw me off, and till this day is still a freaking crazy death. So we got that going on, guys, and like I said, really sci-fi elements going on, along with the cameras, Halloween 3 feel, where this place right here is a setup. It's not really a, you know, an organic cabin per se. I mean, this thing has traps, cameras, it has things to the ventilators that they're controlling, so this whole thing seems to be under surveillance, which the stoner eventually finds out, funny enough. So, and like I said, guys, we get every monster imaginable. And also, this is a great formula for executing a horror flick. We get great pacing, great character introductions. We get great kills, great horror villains, multiple horror villains, great comedy going on. I mean, guys, like, even though this isn't a perfect slasher movie and perfect horror movie, damn near up there, I'd say. But, you know, to making a horror movie of your own and using formulas and things of that nature and then squeezing in your own stuff, I think that this movie did it perfectly. And the pacing and dialogue and even the soundtrack, guys, is pretty top notch. And like I was saying, guys, Chris Hemsworth's kill is by far the most unique. Every other kill has their own, you know, creativeness going on, you know, beyond it and stuff like that, guys. There's no dullness going on in this movie. Every character is fun, every character is different, and I can say the same about the kills. You know, this movie right here really knows what it's going for. And even the laughs that are put in this movie aren't cheesy. They really go along with the vibe of the movie, and they really give it this uplifting nature. You know, one of my favorite movies is Army of Darkness, where they execute that comedy and horror side really well. So this movie right here, guys, good stuff. And to end it off, guys, like I said, we just get their own version of Pinhead. We get giant spiders. We get this freaking, you know, tractor saw that's just coming down the stairs with 4 legs, just sawing people. We get, I mean, everything imaginable, guys. And to be honest, every time I watch this movie, I'm having fun from the beginning, middle, and to be honest, I can't wait till, you know, to get into the end, to experience that spectacular nature with the cube. And then to end it off, guys, not only one of my favorite bands, but ending it off with 9 Inch Nails' Last. That song right there was such a perfect choice for this movie. And we get an explanation in the end of, you know, why this is going on and why they chose them and why this is happening. an explanation of the characters in the end, and you know, and like I said, guys, this movie ends off on a bad note. You know, it seems that the bad people win, that the good people die, everybody dies, along with it being Armageddon. Now, if you guys haven't already, check out the Friday 13, 2009 version, and also the Evil Dead, I believe was 2013. That remake right there is solid. For comparisons that they use, I would say even the beginning of this movie feels like Wrong Turn. Them getting together and then going down that wrong path of, you know, just brutal territory and things of that nature, guys. So, yeah, guys, I mean, Cabin in the Woods, you know, solid movie right here. Been watching this one back to back. Love this movie right here. And never had any problems with it throughout these years. But you know what? It's been doing the job. And can't wait till Halloween coming up, guys, because these movies right here really put me in the vibe, the feel. And you can never go wrong with some good horror. And if you want some versatility in your movies, guys, Cabin in the Woods. And to end it off, you also get some Nine Inch Nails last to end off your, bang for your buck, guys. You know what I mean? So not only having a good time with the flick, but you get a good soundtrack going on in the end. And makes things just awesome overall as an experience, guys. So thank you for tuning in with me on this one, guys, on the topics. Let me know what else you want me to discuss. Any good movies, any good horror movies, any good albums and things of that nature, guys. Overall, this is where we discuss art. And right now, guys, been feeling the horror moves. So right now, try to suggest some horror movies and things of that nature. You know, every day is Halloween on this channel. And when it comes to me, so, you know, with that being said, guys, thank you for sticking with me on this one, and let's talk about some more horror. Let me know what else to talk about on the topics. Thank you, guys. Deuces.